Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Long Live the Queen, where we were living pretty long, so I guess it was working. Let me just get everything set up on screen. The screen size seems different from last time. I don't know what's going on. That's fine, it's now completely full screen. Maybe it already was last time and I just forgot. Anyway, let's continue. Where you left off, which was end of video 1. Now, what were we trying to do? Oh yeah, we were stuck being really lonely. Although we're currently depressed, but yes. And we're trying to get out of that. But for now, we are depressed, which is expression and animal handling. Somebody did tell me that animal handling might be useful to stop being lonely. So I guess now of all times would be the time to try to get animal stuff going on. But expression is also useful. So let's do voice. And then we'll do animal of some sort. Horses, dogs, and falcons. I don't know, we'll start with horses, right? You practice standing in the correct posture and singing scales to improve your pitch and tone. You work through exercises on dynamics, going from soft to loud and back again, and agility, singing rapid sequences of notes. You walk around the stables, meeting the royal horses, learning about their breeds and the names for different parts of their anatomy. I see. On your journey to Sudbury, your carriage is attacked by bandits. Oh yeah, that's the choice we made last time. Archery and reflexes failed, +3 afraid. You look down in shock at the arrow which has buried itself in your side. Outside, you can hear screams and curses, but it feels unreal. Your world is centered around pain. Battlefield medicine failed. You struggle with the arrow, afraid to pull it loose. You heard a story somewhere about pushing arrows through the body, so you brace yourself and give it a shove. Unfortunately, this only drives the arrow deeper into your vital organs, turning a painful wound into a fatal one. Well, short video. Oh. Lodi did not thrive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Lodi's star may rise again. That's why we made this party or no save. Don't go to that party. I'd better stay here. Yes, you really should. Okay, we're still depressed. To get rid of lonely, I have to... I think I'm just gonna have to tend court for a lot until we're, like, pressured. And then I can finally escape from being lonely. We shall see, but attend court. Now, what are we? Still depressed. Okay. Also, this was back when the outfit was new, the toga, I guess. Yeah. This one's got glasses. I like that one, too. But this one is the most princessy, so we'll stick with that. Okay, what skills? I think this is now the exact time we were at last time. I did something different, but yeah. Very depressed. So let's do animals and stuff again. And since we're not going to that party, we shouldn't die from the same thing, so that should be fine. Anyway, do voice again. And then do horses again. All my friends are at Gwinnell's party, and I don't get to go. No, not more loneliness. Court managed success, though. I sent her a note with my regrets and a gift, and she accepted, so at least she's not upset. We can get together sometime after my coronation when things are less hectic. Nice. I guess I'll continue to attend court. Am I still depressed? Yeah, mega depressed. Do-do-do-do-do. No, do instrument next, and then we'll try... Well, we'll do another horses, because just 1 day of it isn't really worth much. You study musical notation and begin to play familiar songs by sight on the pianoforte. You practice complex runs, trills, and transposition on the pianoforte. You learn about caring for horses, grooming with different brushes and keeping hooves free of stones. You learn about the different pieces that go into saddles and bridles, how to check for signs of wear, and how to equip and adjust them on a horse. The Duchess of Lila has sent you a gift. So this is Maid, 18-year-old chambermaid. Family owns a bakery in town, has 2 brothers. What's this? It's a cushion, finely embroidered with the design of a running horse. It's well done and clearly required hours and hours of needlework, but it's also fairly useless. That's nice, I guess. Test of foreign fairs, a success. Horses have been important in Lila ever since, even before it was part of Nova. But this isn't a horse, it's just a pillow. Test of horses, success. Why couldn't she have sent me a horse? I mean, I could keep it or give it to Alice. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a big difference, but who knows? I don't seem to like it, so you can have it. Do you like to have it? But the Duchess has sent that pillow to you. I don't care about it. Test of cruelty failed. Sorry, my lady, I can't accept your gift. It would not be appropriate. +1 pressure. That's good. Why does everyone care so much about what's appropriate? There, we're escaping loneliness. We're just gonna be depressed and yielding to do it, but... We'll continue to be depressed for a while. Until we can get rid of the... Yeah. Wait, was it... pressure? I don't know. Anyway, sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all. Yeah, we've read that. What can we do now? Well, let's see. You know, let's do dogs and falcons now. They seem cool. You visit the kennels and learn about different breeds of dogs. And you visit the mews and learn about different kinds of trainable birds, their preferred nesting sites, behavior, and food. The Duchess of Mead is here to see you, my lady. Corisande, Duchess of Mead. 36. Let's see. Father, brother, husband, sister, daughter. Her elder half-brother, Hyacinth, was Duke of Mead before her, but Hyacinth died without her heirs. I see. Hello, Elodie. I'm sorry to trouble you, but have you seen Brioni? No, not since I left school. She shakes her head. She's gone missing. She's not at school where she should be. I know she was unhappy, but I never expected. She wrote me a letter saying that she was bored and looking for adventure, but that's all I know. Oh dear. I hope she hasn't done anything too foolish. My poor little lamb. I have to go look for her. Okie dokie. I need to get pressure to the max. She certainly won't have any bad side effects. Still depressed, so stick to animals. Let's do dogs and falcons again. You learn about dog grooming and the most common diseases and injuries that dogs suffer from. You learn the standard commands for working with trained hunting dogs and retrievers. You learn about the fragility of hunting birds and the years of training necessary to develop mastery. Luckily, your royal falconer does most of the hard work for you. You learn about the hood and leather jesses, how and when they are worn, and how to keep them maintained and oiled. You've unlocked a new outfit, the animal outfit. As you're walking through the Great Hall, a freak gust of wind suddenly blows out all the candles in the room. Test of divination failed. How strange. There must be an open window somewhere. Oh no. Something spooky's happened. Continue to attend court. What's the animal outfit look like? The hunt coat boosts animal handling. It is cute. Do. It's good to collect all the outfits. Because if, for example, you die because you're not good with animals, then I can just put on the animal outfit and become better with animals, like, instantly. So as to not die next time. However, I want this. Because I want to make sure she doesn't go crazy. Royal demeanor stops you from doing anything non-elegant. You don't break your composure, that's what I meant to say, yes. Anyway, animals. 1 second, I need to take a drink. Okay. Yes, animals it is again. Horses and dogs. You learn how to mount and dismount a horse, first with a boost and then from the ground. You learn how to handle the reins and guide a horse around the field. You may now hunt on the weekends. Interesting. You practice working with trained dogs in a small area, telling them to stay, search, and fetch. You choose a young puppy and begin raising him to respond to you over all others. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea. Knights, jousting, musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? Status and praise, employment, or gold? I mean, employment? I could hire somebody with that? I was going to say, but I didn't. I'm sure I won't go wrong. The winners will have the options of taking up royal appointments. It's a recruitment drive. Very well, I will draft the announcements. You leave him to his work. As you move through the hall, your eyes fall upon a vase of flowers. Pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on one blossom may have shriveled. Test of divination failed, but decoration was a success. That spoils the whole display. You pick off the dead leaves and adjust the floral arrangement, muttering under your breath about blind butlers. +1 cheerful. There, that's so much better. You continue up the stairs to your room where a maid is waiting for you. My lady, a gift has arrived from Kigo. From the Duke? No, my lady, a merchant house, I believe. It was sent with a shipment down the Kavala River. You tear open the brightly colored paper to find chocolates. Test of production and trade failed. There's a little card with the box, with our compliments, the House of Kralat. Test of court manners success. That's oddly high-handed for some tiny trader I've never heard of. Test of dogs success. All of a sudden, your puppy, who is usually so well-behaved, growls at the box of chocolates and lunges at it. Bad dog, chocolate isn't good for you. Silly thing, making such a fuss. Test of intrigue failed. I am not going to eat that candy. I do not trust that candy. The chocolates. Save it for later. I don't feel like candy right now. Maybe later. There we go. We can go hunting. It makes us less afraid, but it increases depression. What a strange boost. Hunting makes you depressed. Still nothing to get rid of the loneliness, so we'll continue to reach max pressure, and then we'll get rid of the yielding to not be yielding. Speaking of, we are now yielding, right? Okay. But I'll become depressed again with this. Yep. It's okay, we can do more animal stuff. And expression stuff. Okay, let's do decoration there. What did I want for animals? Falcons is the lowest, so go with falcons. You experiment with wax, learning both to build up small amounts and shape them together and to carve out patterns from larger wax blocks to find the shapes already inside. You experiment with fashion, trying on different outfits and watching as others do the same, learning how clothing can enhance or diminish certain physical features or give the impression of youth or age. You spend time with your chosen bird, speaking to her and letting her get to know you. You don a heavy leather glove and encourage your bird to hop onto your fist. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to danger. What event do you wish to take part in? Mounted parade, jousting, fencing, archery, music, falconry. Is my music better than my falconry? So I might just do the music stuff. Not doing any of the fighting stuff, that's for sure. I can't spell. It's attorney. There we go. Okay, let's... mounted parade would be horses, right? I don't know, I'm going with music. Take your place in line for the bardic contest. Instrument fit. You aren't trained in any instrument that's appropriate for a setting like this, so you have to sing a cappella. The voice was a partial success. You don't embarrass yourself, but your song won't be remembered as a highlight of the day either. All the winners are announced and displayed to great cheers. As near a queen, you place a flower garlands around their necks. All of a sudden, a man approaches the winner's platform. It's Kevin, the Earl of Yo. In one hand, he carries an armored gauntlet, in the other, a sword. My family's blood is on your hands. 33... Got upset about a woman trying to kill his sister Corsande, his several younger half-siblings. What's he talking about? He casts the metal glove to the ground with a clatter and raises his sword, pointing it at you. I challenge you, Elodie, a life for a life. He's challenging you to a duel? Test of wheeled magic has failed. Yeah, if I had magic, I could just blast him. Well, I'm definitely not doing the duel. No combat abilities whatsoever. +1 willful. I'm not going to fight you just because you want me to. Unfortunately, it seems he isn't interested in your refusal and charges at you anyway. Test of reflexes and running failed, and test of falcons failed. The last thing you think is, but that's not fair. Well. Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. Okay, so this is where having that save, that was where I picked the tournament, would have been real useful. Okay, I die if I don't do the duel. I'll probably die if I do the duel, but let's see what happens. Very well, I will meet your challenge. As the challenge party, you have the choice of weapons. Swords or staves, like a staff, not non-lethal maybe? I choose staves. I prefer not to kill you, but I will defend myself. He snarls at you, and you can almost see foam escaping the curl of his lip, but he allows the attendants to replace his sword with a marginally less lethal weapon. The crowd roars with excitement as you take up positions across from each other. His first strike nearly knocks you off your feet. He's larger, heavier, and his rage fills him with great strength. He's beating up a 14-year-old. This may have been a miscalculation. Test of polearms failed. The quarterstaff looks like a simple weapon to wield, but handling in a combat situation against someone who is truly trying to kill you is another matter entirely. The last thing you feel is a blinding pain in your head. Lodi did not survive to reach her coronation again. Okay, I will go to the tourney, and maybe if I don't participate, I won't be there. guess I'll just watch from my tower. +1 depressed. The tournament goes on without you. After the tournament, a minor tragedy is revealed. One of the stewards apparently had an incredibly sweet tooth that dared to steal a piece of your recently received chocolates. He had a sweet tooth. The chocolates were poisoned. When you ask questions, it turns out that the merchant house which supposedly sent you this present never existed. +1 afraid. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. Still all depressed, though. But I'm not dead. This time. Okay, one more thing to become pressured, and then we can escape the depression loop, hopefully. But while we're depressed, more animal handling? As well as, let's do voice now. Which animal did I want this time? Horses again. Become good at all three, why not? You sing familiar songs in a chorale, focusing on pronunciation and staggered breathing. You and your teacher practice singing in harmony, feeling the way that notes interact and pulse when not quite in line. You practice singing canons. Learning to maintain focus and timing on your own vocal part, even when others around you are singing something quite different. You practice different gaites, walking, trotting, cantering, and galloping. You practice special maneuvers such as backing up or maneuvering in tight quarters. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. Fine, I'm coming. Find your father standing over a map of the coastline, his face grave. Ships have been sighted on approach from Shanjia. Not trade ships, this is a war fleet. What? +1 afraid. Within a week, they will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they could reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. You can try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. I mean... sounds like it's probably a good idea. Fine, we'll do that. You'll need to drop a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. Unless you think your personal skills will make the difference, I would strongly advise against it. I will not go to that. Stay in the capital. No, there's too much to do here. I can't go to sea. Do your best, and Nova will survive. I don't know, things are feeling dire. Okay, we are max pressured. If I go... sneak out... we'll still be depressed. We could do... hunting. No, that makes us more depressed. Cheerful is the opposite of depressed. Yes. Could walk in gardens and stuff. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep sneaking out until that becomes our main thing. Although then depression. Okay, the 10 service gets rid of depression. It will be yielding instead. Let's do the sneak out first. Sneak out of the castle. Now we are still depressed. Let's do instrument next. Followed by... dogs. Because that dog stopped me from eating that chocolate that one time. Very useful. You practice the transverse flute, learning how to form a beautiful tone by blowing across the mouthpiece. You practice the hot voice. Hot voice? Hot voice. Learning to apply pressure with your lips to control the vibrations of the double reed. You practice the harp, learning to play flowing glissandos and arpeggios. You practice sight-reading complex pieces of music. You have nothing more to learn about instrument. You roam around the castle and grounds with your dog, letting him learn his way while he becomes accustomed to the sights, smells, and sounds of the castle inhabitants. You begin training your dog to follow simple commands such as following or staying in place. You train your dog to search for hidden treats, items, and people. Okay. danger on the high seas. Ships close in on each other, angling into range. The Shanjians have half again as many troops as you do. It doesn't look promising. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. Test of war failed. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered as the Shanjian forces press towards landfall. Many good soldiers were lost today, and Nova's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repel the invasion, the Shanjian fleet will soon land and their troops will begin to progress towards your capital city. Your remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course, but the main strength of your military has been exhausted. Nova's future looks bleak. Well, guess it's gonna be game over. I guess sneak out more. We need more willpower. That's where all the military stuff is. Okay, since we're still depressed. More animals. Let's max out decoration and then work on falcons. You practice all the techniques of needlework, from simple mending to dressmaking and embroidery. You practice designing beautiful outfits from the first scrap of fabric to the last finishing touch of jewelry. You practice painting miniature portraits, capturing and in some cases enhancing each subject's unique beauty. Nothing more to learn about decoration. You carefully feed tidbits to your bird while she rests on your glove. You practice walking around holding the bird, attached to you by a short length to ensure she doesn't fly away. You practice whirling a lure ahead of for your bird to catch before calling her back to your hand. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Shanjian control. Soldiers have marched through villages, trampling fields and frightening citizens. A diplomatic delegation from Shanjia has requested access to the castle to discuss terms, most likely for your surrender. You lack the strength to hold off their armies, and surrendering now will save many lives. It would seem that you have no choice. You prepare yourself as best as you can to meet with the representatives from Shanjia. You expected diplomats and a military representative, a general or an admiral. You did not expect the handsome man decked in jewels who now stands before you. A man announced by your servants as Togami, king of Shanjia. Test of foreign intelligence failed. Test of world history failed. Is he really their king? Why would a king come all the way here? Test of sense magic failed. Togami, king of Shanjia. Togami comes from a land across the ocean. You know nothing about his family. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. Test of composure was a success. You yearn to slap the false sympathy off his oily face, but you force yourself to remain calm. War benefits no one, don't you think? Such a terrible waste. Better to settle things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game, so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. Should I win, then your domain will submit and accept me as overlord with no further resistance. Should I lose, then my army will leave your domain in peace and shed no more blood. What sort of game? It is well known that Nova is ruled by lumens. As it happens, I too possess the powers of a lumen. I propose a formal duel, my powers against yours. The winner takes control of Nova, the loser dies. Yeah, I have no magic power, this is the end. But I'm not a lumen. Saving it for the coronation, were you? Such a pity that you'll be unprepared. Well then, go and find your crystal. Becoming a lumen is a very simple matter. Then we can have our duel. What's the point? You know I can't win. Why don't you just kill me now? Because that's not the game. You want to save your people, don't you? I want to fight a lumen. If you refuse, then the war will continue. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? I swear by the gods, Nova will be free and safe. Why take that risk? You're winning the war. It's not your land that I want, it's your crystal. To gain your power, I am willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? Test of sense magic failed. I don't like this, but what choice do I have? Accept his terms or offer marriage alliance. Marriage alliance? Might be our only way out. I don't know what we're offering, but what if I marry you instead? Then everything I have is yours as well. Silly little girl, I already told you, your land isn't what matters to me. But I already have a wife, a woman far riper than you. Oh, well, then I guess we're doomed. Then I must. No, not my little girl. You want to fight the Lumen ruler of Nova? Your father reaches into his pocket and pulls out a shimmering blue crystal, which he places over his heart. Illuminate. Your hair stands on end as a veil of blue sparkles settles over your father, crawling into his skin. When it's over, the jewel has been absorbed into his body without a trace. Fight me, leave her alone. Well, this is not what I expected, but it will serve my purposes just as well. Daddy? Be quiet, Elodie. You are not a queen yet. You are forced to sit and watch as the two men work out the details of the duel and its stakes, then take their places in a carefully worded circle. Your father crosses his arms, summoning up a thick gray fog that swirls around him, hiding him from view. But the Shanjian king conjures a cloud of glowing butterflies which drive into the fog and blow it apart. Then the invader claps his hands together and chants. Fiery red lights cluster over his fingertips and merge together into a pulsing blob before erupting towards your father. He resists with a beam of blue, catching the infernal energy and pushing it back into Gami's direction. You knew what the outcome would be. You knew it all along. Togami is a trained lumen eager to demonstrate his powers, and your father was your father. Plus 10 depressed. The blue crystal reappears, lying beside your father's body like an innocently discarded bauble. But now that blue color is colored by a faint wash of red. The smirking king of Shanjia sweeps the crystal off the floor and tucks it away into his robes. How fitting. First I end your mother's life, and then your father's. You what? +1 angry. You didn't think your death was an accident, did you? That took careful planning. And now the Novan power is mine, and you even get to live. He holds out a hand in front of him, the elegant robe dangling freely. Now kneel and kiss my hand. Test of composure, partial success. You stare at that horrible hand hovering before you. You have a choice. Obey or attack. I mean... I don't think we'll win, so just a bit. +2 yield. Swallowing your pride, you kneel and press your lips to the back of his cold fingers. Good girl. Well, as I promised, the invasion will end. My men and I will return across the sea. Unless one of you is so foolish as to attack me, then all deals are off. No one stirs. Pity. We lived, though. Maximum depression. Okay. Okay, now attending court gives +2 yielding and +2 pressure. Instead of, what was it doing before? That would increase depression or something? Well, it doesn't make us depressed anymore. You attend course sessions and try to focus your attention on the needs of the domain. It's what your father would have wanted. Okay, we're still depressed, which is understandable. Let's see. I think I'll do horses, and then even though I don't have the bonus for it, I'll do composure to make sure I can keep that composure. Because it's kinda low, despite being one of our things I really want to specialize in. So let's see, horses there, and composure up here. You practice walking over smoldering coals with bare feet. So long as you keep moving steadily and do not panic and freeze or run, you are not burned. Your teacher gathers up some of the castle staff to shout insults at you, while you practice staying calm and not bursting into laughter. You practice riding and jumping over small obstacles. You ride over longer distances and handle natural obstacles as they occur. You practice guiding the horses using only your knees so that your hands are freed for other activities. You have nothing more to learn about horses. The war has ended, and the Shanjians have withdrawn. All throughout Nova, a fragile layer of calm lies over a deeper pit of uncertainty and fear. Rumors have sprung up among the common people that you struck some unholy bargain with King Tagami, that you promised him the soul of your firstborn child, that you ritually sacrificed a village boy for him, that you killed your own father because he protested. It makes no difference what they believe. It's too late to change things now. Okay. Let's see. Still depressed. I need to just get rid of the depression, like right now. So attend service. Now I am yielding. A trial demeanor, history, and faith. We don't have faith maxed out yet, so we'll do some of that. Let's see. Divination followed by meditation. You learn that the gods cannot be forced to divulge information about the future, and that the most powerful omens are those which arrive unexpectedly. You close your eyes and relax every muscle of your body in turn, letting that feeling travel down through your head to your fingertips and toes. You take slow, deep breaths, letting that air move through your body, feeling it give you life and energy. Visitors have arrived to see you, your family, or what remains of it. My poor darling Elodie, you should not be alone at a time like this. Yes, Countess of Nyx. Elodie's aunt. Ah, it's my aunt. Okay. Not be alone at a time. There's so much still to be done, and you are so young. We have come to give you whatever help we can. Plus one yielding. Thank you. She's right after all. You have a coronation to plan, a domain to run, and without your father, you need some adult to give you advice. Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation as queen. Have you done enough to build a stable Nova? It is traditional for the palace to provide entertainment and refreshment for the common people when a new monarch is crowned. It is a rare opportunity for the poor of the land to dine like nobles. Considering the recent tragedy, celebrations may appear to be in poor taste. The size and scope of any such feast depends on what expense the royal treasury is willing to bear. Let's see. Let's maybe not go extravagant. Let's just go with respectable. I'm sure we can afford to give everyone in the cake some bread and sausage. I mean, everybody in the city some bread and sausage and a bit of cake. Let them eat cake. That never will go wrong. Okay, let's see. Sneaking out now gives willful and depressed and lonely. It makes you depressed now. Things are changing around a little. I can visit Charlotte and Lady Merva. Yes, do that. I don't know what it'll do, but it might be interesting. Lodi, I'm sorry about your dad. Let's see, age 13, Lucille, Elodie's cousin and third in line to the throne of Nova. Interesting. I hope that doesn't mean I'm gonna be assassinated so the shield rise to power or something. Anyway. Sorry about your dad. Why? Why does it always have to be something like this before we get to see each other? I'm sorry. -1 depressed. For a while, all you can do is cling to your cousin and cry. At least you are not alone. Let's see. Yielding. We'll have to do more faith stuff. Let's see. Lore and then divination. The kings and queens of Nova have all been lumens for centuries, but in modern times, magic is only used for ceremonial occasions and the direst of emergencies, which we witnessed some earlier. Long ago, the continent of Borealis was ruled over by a single witch king, until a rival line of lumens challenged for the crown. The resulting war went on for 100 years, with powerful spells that damaged the land so badly that even now, no plants will grow. Up there, I see. Dropping your favorite plate is a bad luck. A statue spontaneously shattering is a bad omen. You read about well-known signs of bad fortune. Wells turning sour, dry lightning, strange fish caught in nets, malformed babies being born, and so on. You've unlocked a new outfit. Hope I'll get to wear it. And I don't just, die right now. The castle is buzzing with preparations for your upcoming coronation. Ministers press you with details for your favorite colors and flowers and so on. Test of decorations was a success. You are happy to collaborate with the designers to ensure you're shown off to the best possible effect. You are still so young after all. Good design will help a lot in making you look like a queen. Others are more interested in the subject of your marriage. Don't listen to all these fools pressing you to choose one noble or another, not at a time like this. Have they no decency? You deserve the time to mourn. Dear niece, it would break my heart to see my own daughter in such a situation. Both of you are still so young. Remember poor Calais, the past Duchess of Elath? Her father forced her into marriage to get an heir for the duchy. And for that, she died in childbirth when she was only 17. At your age, it is neither wise nor safe to wed. You're probably right. There's no need to hurry. Or she just doesn't want me to get married so that I can get an heir so she can have me assassinated and then her daughter ends up as a... it's possible that's what she's thinking. Let's see. Well, it's true, I want to get off yielding. I want to get rid of the depression first. Although now that our thing that gives us will gives us less will, and now we probably can't will power our way out of this. But we could get rid of yielding by becoming willful, but then we'll be depressed. So get rid of depressed, and then when we sneak out, which I think this is the last week, so I don't know if we'll even be able to do anything, but then we would be able to change. Anyway, become less depressed. Opposite of depressed is cheerful. I could also, but then that'll increase lonely, which we do not want. Just attend more service. Anyway, what's the faith outfit look like? The priestess robe boosts faith. That's pretty nice. Let me go with the other one, though, because I want maximum level. Okay. And if we die for some reason, we can start switching outfits. But anyway... Okay, guess we're doing more faith. Meditation and lore. To learn the lore. You stare into a polished crystal ball and relax, letting your mind wander. Close your eyes and visualize the crystal ball floating in front of your eyes. Legend has it that long ago, a horde of Yavini on the back of tentacled monsters rode into the Valley of Mead, laying waste to all in their path. Their conquest was only halted when a lumen raised a great flood to drown the invaders. Legends say that the island domain of Melini was once a single island instead of a cluster, until an invading Novan queen raised a terrible pillar of fire that shattered the land into pieces. At this time last year, you were celebrating your 14th birthday. You were in the school garden, surrounded by your friends. A teacher brought you tea and cakes, while a wealthy merchant's son wove a crown of flowers for your head. It didn't matter so much that you were a princess then. Your title was something for the future. Many of your peers would be duchesses or earls or the like someday, but not then. You were children. Your parents could not attend on the actual day, but they did send wonderful gifts, some for you and some for you to share. And a week later, they came for a visit, and your mother took you with her through the countryside in a splendid carriage. It was the last time you would ever see her. You wonder if, whoever she is, she could see you now. You are 15 years old, a legal adult, in this place. You have worked and studied and suffered and prepared, and now the time has come. You kneel before the priestess, barely hearing her words as she recites the blessings. She calls upon the gods to deliver peace, wisdom, and prosperity to you, and through you to all of Nova. And then she calls upon you for your oath of rulership. Will you guide and govern and protect your people to the best of your ability according to law and custom? I will. Will you, to the best of your ability, uphold the ideals of love, honor, justice, and mercy? I will. Lords and ladies assembled, I present to you your undoubted queen, who has sworn to you her loyalty. You who have come to give homage, will you do the same? Once at a time, the head of each duchy approaches your throne and kneels to swear his or her service to you and your heirs. People of Nova, I give you Elodie, daughter of Fidelia, your true sovereign. What say you all? Long live the queen! Long live the queen! Long live the queen! Thank you, I will. After the coronation, in a private ceremony with the High Priestess, Elodie was officially offered her mother's lumen crystal. She refused to accept it. For the first time in centuries, magic would have no hold on the throne of Nova. Hopefully that doesn't cause a bad ending. The tragic events of the past year left a gap in the Novan power structure, since Jocelyn, Duke of Calaris, died with no acknowledged heir to his title. Elodie, of course, was the reigning queen, which by tradition would prevent her from holding the duchy as well. Lacking a better option, Elodie chose to leave the title empty for the moment, appointing administrators to govern Calaris until either she or her paternal uncle could produce an heir of the blood. A young tanner in Calaris did claim to be Jocelyn's natural son, the result of a youthful liaison with a serving maid. However, with both of his supposed parents now dead, his claim was impossible to prove, and the queen chose not to recognize this possible half-brother. Not long afterwards, the queen was struck down by a terrible fever, which left her bedridden and delirious for weeks. Thanks to the loving attention of her aunt, she eventually recovered most of her health, but it seems likely that she would never bear any children. Oh no. Did she plan this somehow? During Elodie's reign, the public opinion of Lumen's magic in general would fall to a new low. Parents taught their children that Lumen power was all tied up with witchcraft and blood sacrifice, and would always lead to sorrow in the end. In some territories, any village outcast found to be in possession of a shiny bit of rock was likely to fall victim to a lynch mob, and the miscreants were rarely punished. Better safe than sorry when it came to magic, after all. Even healers and priestesses were eyed with some suspicion. Who knows what costs their powers might have. The young queen sponsored expeditions of trained knights to venture into the old forest, in an attempt to exterminate the monsters within. Unfortunately, black magic would not give up its grip on Nova so easily. Many lives were lost, and with their blood, the monsters appeared to grow even stronger. True to his word, Tagami and the Shangians ignored Nova in the years to come, focusing their efforts instead on the far northern continent of Borealis. Long ago, Borealis had been home to the largest known collection of lumens in the world. If their crystals remained and Tagami found them, he could become unstoppable. Or else, Elodie prayed the magic itself might turn upon him and destroy him. Surely no one man was meant to control that much power. Even an entire domain was too small a space. That was, after all, what had turned Borealis into a wasteland. Perhaps some remnant of that ancient war would still be active and swallow him whole. Tensions remained high between Nova and Talasse. After his initial attempt to claim his birthright was driven back, the Duke of Sedna did not attempt to invade again, but he did institute new policies that made life difficult for traders crossing the border. At the same time, there was a marked increase in raiders and sneak thieves throughout the area. Officially, there was peace, but clearly someone was up to no good. Elodie refused to be rushed into marriage, wanting for herself the strong romantic connection that her parents had once had. It was many years before she was, alas, swept off her feet by a young earl with sparkling green eyes and a talent for pastry. He enjoyed surprising the queen with new confections and even prepared their wedding cake. The relationship, however, produced no children. It seems likely that in the end, the crown would be passed to one of Elodie's cousins, Lucille's children. Yes, she totally planned this somehow. Artistry was the watchword of Elodie's reign. She cherished beautiful things and worked to preserve them for generations to come. And thus Queen Elodie's legacy stretched to the future. Long live the queen. Yeah, there's the credits. So I can show a log. Ah, it was saved. Okay, there's a log. I can see the text of the entire game. Give me 1 second. I want to... Yeah, I'll leave that open. Now, let's see. I didn't know that was up on the screen. Okay, that's all done. there's a bonus. I can look at pictures. Bonus, a delicate danger. And the coronation. Yeah. Let's see. Checklists, epilogues. Here's some of the ones we got. Just these little pictures. Well, that was all cool. Different from the first time I played it, which was an earlier version of the game, so not all this stuff was in there. But the last time I played, I won by going all in on Willful and became a military and intrigue mastermind and just like overthrew all the nobility and turned it into a dictatorship. And that's how I won last time. But that's clearly not what happened this time. So if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. If you can let me know in the comments if you want more of this or not. We'd have to like basically start over. I want to like pick to not ignore the magic stuff this time. Might help, but or at the very least go back to the beginning and choose different stuff and see what happens. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this game or if you're satisfied. So yeah. Thank you for watching. See you next time if there is one with this.